Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. So this is a re-upload of the original version of my Everything Wrong with CinemaSins Sonic the Hedgehog video because I experienced an audio issue after I tried to edit out one part, and then I decided to take the video down, so this is a redo. And like I said before, I'm dedicating this video and giving a thanks to my best friend Jake for requesting it. Enjoy, everybody.
22 golden Cheerios circling your logo will not deter my hatred of this 48-second waste of my life. It only makes me hungry, and I don't want to get up to snack.
If Paramount's fine with it, you should be too.
Jesus, Sega, you think you have enough clout to sport a long-ass Marvel-style opening logo at the beginning of your movie? I have to say, that's some chutzpah. Especially for a system whose second-best movie adaptation is... what is another Sega game adaptation? The House of the Dead? Holy you guys should not be leaning into this self-serving logo this hard.
The logo is just showing us the Sega games because this is a video game movie.
So, I know what you're thinking.
Wow, you knew that I was thinking that starting your movie at the end, only to rewind and show how I got here, and actually start the movie a few minutes later, was a cheap and lazy storytelling device?
Your sin is the real cheap and lazy thing here, because I think it's cool for movies to begin in the middle so that we can learn more about what happened before what we saw.
And I never had to catch a school bus because I could run across the entire island in less than 2 seconds.
True, Sonic can go wherever the hell he wants on this island. Which makes me wonder, who else besides his maternal figure and the butthole arrow guys live here? That's a pretty f***ing big island for just a few people.
Sonic is the center of attention for this movie, so does it really matter who else lives there?
Sonic, someone could have seen you.
No one saw me. I'm too fast.
If Longclaw doesn't want anyone to see Sonic run, maybe rethink the structures of this island that are very clearly tailored to Sonic's powers. Who else is going to zip through a loopity-loop or rocket up this ramp without dying?
Firstly, Longclaw is an inhabitant of the island, not the creator. There isn't anything in the movie that suggests that. Second, supersonic means greater than the speed of sound waves through air, which is what Sonic meant when he said,
No one saw me. I'm too fast.
You have a power unlike anything I've ever seen. And that means someone will always want it.
Mentor character spills super important shit about main character's powers, but only on their deathbed cliche.
We never actually see Longclaw die on screen in the movie, so that doesn't convince me that she died.
Also, maybe Longclaw should warn Sonic about accidentally shedding his hedgehog needles, because this ends up being the only way anyone can access his unlimited power.
Since this is her first time seeing a power like Sonic's, there's no way for her to know that.
Why does every parent have to die in an animated kids movie? Did Walt Disney's disembodied head have a secret meeting with his staff and any future directors of animated films and threaten them with his evil psychic powers if they kept one alive?
1. She, again, did not die on screen. 2. One parent dying doesn't happen in every animated film. 3. This is a hybrid movie, which are movies that mix animation with live action. This isn't like the realistic motion capture animation from The Adventures of Tintin.
Also, okay, even at 296 miles per hour, Tom would be able to see Sonic approaching and running by, especially on a flat stretch of road like this. That's fast, but it ain't that fast. 296 is IndyCar fast, and you can clearly see them shits during a race. Hell, if he couldn't see him coming, he could sure see him.
I'll play the same clip again. Sonic previously said,
No one saw me. I'm too fast.
Also, Tom clearly went to the Fantastic Four school of picking up potentially alien things with your bare hands as soon as you come across them.
I'm pretty sure they didn't assume it was from an alien. Tell me, whenever you see something that you've never seen before, do you always assume that it's from an alien?
Even if he can run fast, when did we ever get the indication that Sonic could speed read? And sure, maybe he's just blowing through them since he's read them before, but that's just bad comic booking.
Well, Sonic is fast, and speed reading definitely falls into that category. I am also a speed reader myself, and on top of that, comics are easy to read.
According to Sonic's handy-dandy map, he's visited a lot of unsafe planets, which is confusing considering Longclaw clearly told him that she was sending him to a safe world, and I guess that means Longclaw probably deserved to die.
Again, for like the third time, we did not see her die on screen, and you're also going to get 15 sins from me for saying she deserved to die.
I understand he has to keep hidden, but this is starting to get legitimately creepy. I don't care if he is an alien hedgehog, he's also a hormonal teenager watching a beautiful woman do yoga from behind.
All he's doing here is learning yoga, and also another inappropriate comment.
Dear Thomas, we have reviewed your application to the San Francisco Police Department.
You see, in movies, good or bad news can only be delivered by reading a mailed letter aloud in front of nervous family members.
Nope. In other movies and TV shows, characters deliver good and bad news by just speaking.
It's gonna be tough to leave my hometown and all my friendships.
Even if I hadn't seen this movie before, I would definitely know this speech is a fugazi. God, I really litter this entire fucking movie with obvious moments like this that take it from being truly awesome to just being watchable.
Oh, come on. There are parts of this movie that really are awesome.
I guess this kid has the same shine as Jacob Tremblay's character in Dr. Sleep. Hope he doesn't have to walk 2.5 miles home through a cornfield. I hear that's pretty dangerous.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
Envy. Hey, that's an actual CinemaSins. John Doe even used that shit.
First of all, this is the movie showing us that Sonic wants to make friends, so how is this a CinemaSins? And 2, you're ironically saying that your sins are sinny when you sin things that aren't actually sinny.
We have no choice.
You know, the whole we have no choice bullshit in every movie, but especially this one. This man suggested bringing the 5th and 6th Regiment, whatever the that means, 30 seconds ago, literally offering another choice. Just say you want to find an excuse to introduce Jim Carrey's next eccentric character, and let's get on with it.
Regardless of Jim Carrey playing the villain, he still does need to be introduced.
This guy is something else.
Or girl. I mean, we know it's a guy, but at this point it could be a girl or an it.
In most films, characters are referred to as males by others that either don't know what they are, or they do, and they don't have a gender. And an example of the latter is Aladdin's magic carpet.
Mushroom Planet, here I come. Oh no, they're right outside. I gotta go somewhere else.
The fact that the enemy is right outside is the very reason to activate the portal ring and go through immediately. Good plot device, God.
And if he did that, the people would have seen him and followed him through the ring portal since it doesn't immediately close. And also, I'm not interested in the lazy thing that you say after this. Moving on.
Meow?
I don't know, I think he'd look less threatening if he had a giant set of teeth. I demand that the effects team go back now and fix the design so I can watch the Sonic of my dreams, damn it.
Firstly, I don't think Sonic would look less threatening with big teeth. Secondly, when one of the early trailers for this movie came out, a lot of people did not like the way Sonic looked, so they held back the release date and redesigned him. So for your ungratefulness, you're gonna get 40 sins from me.
I'm not in the mood to get probed.
Why does Tom immediately assume Sonic is an alien? Sure, he can talk and doesn't look like most animals or humans, but he's got pretty fucking animal and human-like features, and is even wearing shoes. Why wouldn't he think he's at least from a weird part of Earth, like Ohio?
Well, for one, he's nothing that Tom has ever seen before. And secondly, even if he was originally from Earth, Tom most likely would have heard about it on the news. You know, because he's an officer.
But you have to help me.
No, I don't. Why?
Well, my legs, which normally would be classified as lethal weapons, feel like spaghetti.
So everything about Sonic, his speech, arm movements, and brain power have returned completely to normal after the tranquilizer, but his legs won't work?
Well, when legs are injured, they need time to recover.
You're from the power company? Oh, you must know my buddy Spencer. We play softball together.
Spence. He's a good man.
Even as socially awkward as he is, there's no way an actual genius like Robotnik would fall for an easy trick like this.
I'm pretty sure that Dr. Robotnik is just pretending that what Tom is saying is true so that he can enter his house.
Holy shit, now this movie's ripping off E.T.? Has it no shame?
And as I've told you many times before, this is a reference, not a ripoff.
God damn it, another movie with armed drones. If Bad Boys for Life and Spider-Man Far From Home have taught me anything, it's that I hate f***ing armed drones.
The villain's name is literally Robotnik. Of course he'll have robots with him.
Okay, pal. Out you go.
So you're telling me that Tom assaulted a government agent, escaped certain death with the help of Sonic, loaded up in the truck and absconded with what he thinks is an alien creature, drove all the way out of town, and once the alien tells a perfectly plausible alien story, he tries to kick him out of the truck? The kind of reaction is this?
Tom doesn't believe Sonic's story, and considering that he has a new job, he doesn't want to get into even more trouble.
Okay, look, I need to know how fast Sonic is. Montana's a big state, but even if they're on the far west side of it, it would be at least 400 miles each way to reach the Pacific Ocean, and radar previously clocked him at 296 miles per hour. But he did this at least 800-mile journey in seconds. Just let us know what his powers are, movie. We can handle math, I promise.
Well, Sonic's top speed is approximately 2,889 miles per hour, and if he got to the Pacific Ocean and back in 5 seconds, he'd have to run at 1,444.5 miles per hour to get there in 2.5 seconds as well as back. In other words, can you really handle math?
Also, Sonic seems to know an awful lot about our world, which means he'd know about the internet and Google Maps and all that shit. So why can't he ask Tom what the pointy building in San Fran is called? Look it up on Tom's phone and boom! He's there and back in seconds, and I don't have to watch the rest of this movie. All in favor?
If that happened, then there wouldn't be much of a story afterwards.
And now that I'm leaving Earth forever, I guess I missed my chance.
But why leave Earth forever when there are so many places to relocate? He could say anywhere on Earth and start over. New Delhi, Whistler, Eggendorf, Churchtown, Branson, fucking Missouri, for all I care.
Even if he did that, Dr. Robotnik would still be hunting him down.
Okay, first off, no one notices this bullshit. This bar is full of belligerent large drunks, and no one notices the supersonic dart throw or the damages to all those Corona extras.
So in the original version of this video, this is where I began giving Jeremy 15 sins every time he plays a scene that proves his sin wrong and he doesn't realize it.
Also, how in the ever-loving shit does this poor lady survive this? She should be full of more holes than Sonny Corleone at the fucking toll stop.
Because the darts just hit the cans in her hat. Isn't it obvious?
Wachowski, accused of committing an act of domestic terrorism.
Holy sudden volume increased news position, Batman. This TV has such perfect timing, it has to be on the plot to frame Tom.
Actually, Tom only began listening to the TV when the reporter said his name.
I'm gonna move to San Francisco, become a street cop.
Tom is clearly delusional. He's a fugitive now, and there's zero chance he'd be dreaming of the streets of San Francisco. He'd be crushed that his dreams aren't coming true. I mean, if he were real, which he isn't.
I'm pretty sure he plans to get that taken care of after he helps Sonic.
If I don't make it, just ditch me. You seem good at that.
God, adolescent Sonic is almost as big of a dick as Teen Groot from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Jimmy says something random cliche.
Not only does Tom do nothing to stop this laser-armed drone from cutting his car in half, he keeps fucking driving.
And if he did try to stop the drone, there's a chance they could get into a car accident. Have you never been afraid of getting into an accident on the road?
Sonic!
So what's wrong with him? He just passes out until they get to San Francisco, then magically wakes up and is fine again. Bombs do weird things to characters in movies, man. Sometimes they'll blow your arm clean off, and sometimes they'll just knock the wind out of you for several hours, even from the same distance.
Well, if someone you cared about got hurt, you'd still want to make sure they're okay.
Jojo, untie your mother. Jojo!
I know they had to get the sister out of the picture, but these bungee cords wouldn't hold an unruly third grader, man. Not that I've tried or anything, I'm just estimating.
First of all, this is not in the context of a third grader. And secondly, they taped our hands together.
I have human smelling salts in my human first aid kit.
First off, why does Maddie, a veterinarian, carry around a human first aid kit that's accessible at a moment's notice?
This is because healthcare people, including vets, would know when it would be important to use a first aid kit.
No one's ever given me a gift before.
Oh yeah? What about your mother figure Longclaw, who literally gave up her life for you to be safe? That's not good enough for you?
I would have agreed with this sin if you didn't say for like the 4th time that Longclaw died, which again, we did not see on screen.
This faux goodbye takes so long that they could have had time to send an invitation to Dr. Robotnik via snail mail, have him RSVP, show up for some tasteful yet evil formal attire, then gather up his troops to meet them all at this location.
In this sin, you said show, not shop.
So, here we are again.
Yes, back at the annoying crutch of narration. Thank God someone walked into the editing booth and said, "Whoa, that's the same spot where we started the movie. Let's roll that rad narration back, bruh."
Personally, I think that a movie would need narration when getting to where it had begun if it began in the middle.
Why in the goddamn hell would Sonic lead him back to Green Hills? Sure, the menfolk are tough and the women are true and stern, but what about, like, space? Can't Sonic survive in space?
Sonic tried to go back to Green Hills to reunite with Tom and Maddie, but he just didn't expect Robotnik to blast and follow him through the portal.
Sweet. I mean, I don't know why he had to go all supersonic to send Robotnik to the Mushroom Kingdom, especially considering all he needed was a ring. But given the circumstances, I guess I'll celebrate like Doc Brown at the end of Back to the Future. Yeah!
Sonic had to go all supersonic on Dr. Robotnik because he needed to use enough speed to create a force strong enough to push him through the portal.
No second best animal friends allowed in my room.
And so the nasty roof people live happily ever after with Sonic in the attic and the family dog, who apparently can climb the attic stairs to get to the family. Nothing makes sense, nobody cares, movie is over.
It does make sense because Tom cares enough to let Sonic live with him. And here's the end result, everybody. This in total was 230, and the sentence will be the need for speed. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.